They're men of skin with they've got no hips. They're men of dicks with their opinions. And now let's start the show.
Do we have any topics from people?
We have many topics, actually. Why don't I pull them up? Yes.
Wait, before we do that, hey everybody, it's Loose Lips. What's up?
Oh!
We're in an intro, rolling intro.
Brother, that was sweet, I have to say. Normally, and I know it goes back, and we always joke about it, and for a while I didn't like it, but now that I do like it, I feel like that was such a smooth surprise. Like, I'm going to tip my cap to you, really.
I'm ready for them. I'm like, the thing is, intros, you almost have to hunt for them. There's like a time and a place for it. You know, it's like telling an off-color joke. Only at the right time can you do it.
Right. Yes, only in the workplace.
Only in the workplace. By the way, there's like weird stuff that in California all jobs require you to do. Like every single job, at some point in the year, you have to take a sexual harassment training. But my current job just somehow skipped that. And so I'm like, are they just lying and telling them that we're all doing them? Because like I know that we're supposed to be, but
oh, weird.
Yeah. So
yeah, well, dude, because also there is an available sexual harassment training that stars Zazie Beetz and David Schwimmer.
Oh, I've seen it twice now, ready to see it a third time.
Yeah, that is the one.
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't work a job right now that makes you watch that. Oh, no, wait, I still do. Yeah, maybe next time I have to watch it. Because
I hope that they've like put a 50-year investment in that, and like, you know, generations from now, they'll be watching David Schwimmer and Zazie Beetz. David Schwimmer sexually harassed Zazie Beetz.
Yeah, that's like when you and I worked at the movie theater years ago, and we had to watch John Fugelsang from VH1's Rock and Roll Jeopardy.
He is he's political now. Fugelsang, he's like on Twitter, and he's like an outspoken anti-Trump, anti-fascist leader of the resistance.
Does he have traction on it?
Fugelsang? He makes memes himself of like his quotes. I don't know how much traction.
Because I don't think I've seen him on anything since Celebrity or Rock and Roll Jeopardy.
He's too hot. He's too political.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's unhireable.
They're afraid. They don't know what he's going to say. But he's a loose cannon.
He's like, yeah, I mean, because to me, that would just be like, I mean, it's similar to Jen Kirkman, I guess. Remember when Jen Kirkman went deeply political, where it's like, it's tough, I think, when you have just the slightest bit of celebrity. And so you kind of get into the realm of thinking people listen to you. And I'm next to my computer right now, so I'm going to look up John Fugelsang right now.
Yeah, look him up.
Just see if he's got anything going on.
Look him up. See what the Fugelsang has to say. I think he has some opinions that...
Oh, yeah. First thing that pops up, dude.
I hope you're ready.
Yeah.
MAGA.
Wow.
MAGA movement. Fugelsang's coming for you.
Yeah. Right off the tip, first visible post, picture of my president. I can't see, I haven't seen exactly the caption, but it doesn't look good. Let's just say it's not a very flattering picture.
Oh boy.
Wow, he wrote a book. He wrote a book called Church and Hate: The Separation of Church and State.
Fugelsang goes there.
Wow. It says, New York Times bestseller, In the Spirit of George Carlin and Christopher Hitchens. Wow.
In the spirit of Christopher Hitchens, he supports the Iraq War.
Never, ever would have guessed that the guy who, in video form, taught me how to be courteous to a guest and scoop popcorn would be basically leading the resistance.
Basically Antifa.
Yeah. John Fugelsang is Antifa. He is the Lincoln Project.
Dude, just speaking of Antifa and also going to movies, I recently flew a bunch of times, and so I had a lot of time to watch movies on airplanes, and I had a chance to watch a movie I had not seen since I was like 20, which is Casablanca, which mostly holds up. And actually, I thought of Antifa because the main character, Humphrey Bogart's character, Rick, is literally Antifa. They establish in the movie that he went to Spain to fight the fascists, and then he went to Ethiopia to fight the Italian fascists, and then he somehow lands in basically French territory in Africa, but the French have been taken over by the Nazis, so it's technically Nazi territory, but he's somehow allowed to run an American jazz bar with his friend, a black jazz musician, technically in Nazi territory. And the whole movie, you're wondering, like, wait, why is he allowed to have this bar? Like, why don't they shut him down? There's Nazis in the bar who know who he is, and they don't like him, but somehow he's allowed to have this bar. And then you find out he's friends with this French guy, Louis, who is like high up and kind of friends with the Nazis, and he has cut this deal with Louis where basically desperate couples come to this bar all the time because they need visas to get to America, and usually the husband needs to get the money, tries to gamble, and Rick basically makes sure the husband loses so that Louis goes to the wife and says, well, if you can't afford the visa, a night with me will get you over. And so basically Rick is basically a pimp to hook up Louis with all this free sex. And
whoa.
Then the end of the movie, the last line is he's like, Louis, like, because they decide they're going to like go fight the Nazis. They walk off and he's like, Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. And you're like, but yeah, you've spent the last couple of years hooking him up with pussy, like basically.
Wow.
And like the whole walk off, what are you going to talk about now? Like, oh, I remember that other woman who I basically helped you fuck.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that part.
I really don't have any record. I know I watched it just.
It was like one of those movies I watched, like, because I knew it was like one of the great movies, so you should watch it. So I watched it when I was like 20, and I was like, oh, that was pretty good. But then watching it as an adult and I actually know the history, and I'm just like, but wait, the Nazis are right there. Why don't they just kill him? And then you realize, like, oh, he set up this weird fuck arrangement that allowed him to go on.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
that is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I actually saw it on HBO Max the other day, and I almost threw it on too.
Yeah, it actually is good. But yeah,
I'm looking forward to. I think there are there's many. I'm trying to reevaluate a lot of movies that I saw as a kid.
Yeah,
that I like. I wanted to be a big boy, not to steal a Scott Aukerman here, or I wanted to be a little boy in a big boy's pants or whatever. That sounds, that's that. Oh my God, that sounded a little Jimmy Savile. But I just wanted to be wise beyond my years, I think. And so I watched a lot of movies that I don't think I understood. And sometimes I'm finding that they just knock my socks off when I see them as an adult.
Yeah.
Chinatown, I certainly didn't understand it when I watched it.
Yeah.
To watch it today, it's like, damn, I can see why people say that's one of the great movies.
Dude, especially like living in LA when it kind of explains how our city exists and how we got our water. And you're like, wow, it's always been pretty damn corrupt here.
Yeah. And yeah, Casablanca is probably that way. But you know what's funny? They always do that experiment to show how shitty Hollywood is, where it's like, we renamed all the characters and we sent around a script for Casablanca, but we renamed all the characters and we retitled the script just to see if anybody would get it made. And it's like, well, maybe they wouldn't now, knowing that the lead character is so morally complex that he's like pimping out desperate women to like a Nazi collaborator.
Yeah, basically.
It's like,
yeah,
maybe that was part of the reason they couldn't get it made today.
Yeah. And also probably because they're like, oh, this reminds me of this famous movie that was made in the 40s.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think we probably.
I think this is already a movie, right? Where they're
Yeah.
at the airport and everything, right?
Hey, Tom, take a look at this. Does this remind you of anything? Yeah, I think so.
This reminds me of a Looney Tunes episode, I think.
We keep I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship, Roger. Yeah. Topic wise, let's see here. We have a few topics. We have at Benji gives us favorite mall stores.
Well, I recently had to kind of go mall shopping because I went to a wedding and I kind of fucked up. It's completely my fault. There's no one I can blame. But while I was going to the wedding, we stopped at a store to get a water. I pulled out my wallet. I go to the airplane. I walk in and I'm like the very last person to board. And then as I'm like getting on the plane, they're like about to shut it down and we're about to go. I'm like, wait a second. I don't have my luggage. I left it in the store, or I'd actually, at this point, I don't know where it is. And so I run back up to the gate and I'm like, I can't find my bag. And the lady's like, I will give you 1 second to look for it. And I'm like looking around where the line was and I'm not seeing it. And I'm like, oh shit, maybe someone grabbed it. I don't know. And then I go back on the plane. And as the plane is taking off, I get a phone call from the store saying like, hey man, we have your bag. I don't know what to do. I'm just going to give it to security. And then I touched down in Mexico and I have like my backpack with like my bathing suit and a clean pair of underwear and my toothbrush. And I have to go to a wedding the next day. And
oh, gee.
yeah. And I'm like, oh man, if I even have them try to send it to Mexico, by the time it gets here, I'll be back in LA. So I'm like, just hold it there. And then I had to go basically to a store in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and just wander around and find an H&M in like the weird mall part of town where that's right next to a place called the Coco Bongo, which is a giant theater that does stage plays of The Mask and
what?
And Beetlejuice. They do the Beetlejuice musical where Lauren Boebert gave a hand job at.
What
and they
the
had like,
hell?
yeah, they had images everywhere of like Beetlejuice and then like a gigantic life-size statue of The Mask. And
oh my God.
it was actually sick. I wish I had the time to go see a show at Coco Bongo, but I didn't. And then I went to the H&M right next to it. And luckily, I was able to find on the clearance rack there like one suit that somehow fit me. And actually, with the translation to pesos, an entire suit was only about 160 USD, which is not too bad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, I don't have that many. If I now have two suits, it's not really a waste of money. And so I wound up buying a suit and then going to the wedding. But yeah, mall shopping, I somehow was able to find it and put it together. I briefly tried to rent a suit and be cheap, but then I was just like, this is way too... Like, I'm having to take cabs down to town to get back, and I'm just like, I'm going to take another cab to return it. And then they're not even open on Sundays. So I'm like, might as well just get another suit.
Right, yeah, you could be getting close to, like, the exact same price, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
What because you bought it in Mexico, and this is incredibly, I don't want to say racist, but but you said Coco Bongo, so I'm like so deeply imagining you in like a big Cuban suit. Even though it's Mexico.
I know. Well, like the thing is, they mostly sell linen down there, which is basically good for the weather. It's really close to Florida. It's very like damp and Caribbean, like hot. And I like, I'm in LA where I'm used to a dry heat. This was a moist heat, like where being in the shade doesn't help. I was like, when I would go from air conditioning outside, my glasses would completely fog up and I would have to clean them. And like being in shade doesn't help. And you're just sort of tired after I went to a suit rental place and then I'm like, well, the H&M is like a half-hour walk. That's not that bad. But after like a couple minutes, I'm like, like your lungs don't feel like they're getting full air. They feel like they're full of like moist mist and you're breathing hard, and it took me a while to get used to. But it was ultimately beautiful. The whole wedding was at this like amazing resort. I got incredibly sunburned, the most sunburned. I wore sunscreen, but then like I went swimming and I realized I didn't wear enough because, oh man, I was a tomato at the end. Everything hurt, and my skin is still peeling from that.
Jeez, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
So you had, to quote Richard Lewis, you kind of had the trip from hell.
It was a beautiful trip. I'm only listing the negative aspects, but it was actually a really good, fun trip. And it was like a nice reset.
Nice.
It actually felt kind of like White Lotus without the murder, because like being in one of these fancy resorts where you keep bumping into the same people because like they have like a catered breakfast every morning, and then like you see them at the wedding, and then it just like it was a very strange vibe where like I was actually one of the few people who left the resort because I had to go buy a suit. Most people were just sort of on the resort the whole time.
Right. And this was where in Mexico? Cancun, do you say?
Yeah, Cancun. And then like it was actually near Cancun in a different city like called Playa del Carmen, which is very close to Cancun. And so
I see.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. So how long were you there? Just 3-4 days?
That was like a long weekend. Yeah, like 3 days, I think. And then the next week I went to another wedding in New York. So I was
oh my God.
I was on a lot of planes. I saw Furiosa again.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah. I saw many movies on the planes.
Yeah. What's the, okay. Yeah. But you came back to LA and then went.
Yeah.
So you went
back from Mexico, sunburned, spent a couple days here and worked, then went to New York, stayed with our friend Max, who I said hi to for you, and our friend Michael I saw. And then I went to a wedding in New Jersey, and then came back here.
It's unbelievable, dude.
Yeah.
You're a world traveler.
Well, it was actually a lot of weddings because, so the wedding in Mexico was Petra, her cousin, got married to a Nigerian woman. And so basically they had two weddings, one on a Friday, one on a Saturday, or like Friday and a Saturday. And one was a Nigerian wedding. The bride's family reads a letter about what they expect from the groom, and the groom's letter, like blah, 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 and going back and forth. Actually, Petra had to read a letter, which they didn't really give her the letter before. They were just like, okay, can you read this? And then handed her like this thing with like calligraphy. And then she had to like on stage in front of everybody read this thing. And then like somehow she like got the whole way through. She managed it. And then at the end, like she had to read their like Nigerian names. And she just like looked at them and then handed them the plaque back instead of attempting their names.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it a close relationship, or why was she tasked to do it, or is it just such a long engaged ceremony?
The reason why I think my theory, just based on very little, was I feel like both families picked their like what they thought was the family intellectual to read the letter.
Okay.
Because like Petra, went to a very nice school, and then like I saw on the Nigerian side they picked like sort of like a nerdy woman with like glasses, and they were just like, well, she's the smart one, and then she'll read the letter.
Let Four Eyes read it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a lot. It was fun. And then it was weird because I went to a Nigerian wedding, then they had just like a Christian wedding, and then after that I went to my aunt's wedding, which was like a country chic wedding, which actually was officiated by a guy who his day job was he announced like pro wrestling matches. So he like incorporated that in there, which was kind of sick.
Wait, so the person who was running the wedding did that?
Like the what do you call it? The person who's
the
like
officiant?
The officiant, yeah, the officiant. Because it was the groom's son does that, and he gave us a taste of it, like are you ready to rumble? That voice.
Wow.
Which he was good at.
Welcome.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
So it was just funny because like I feel like the entire spectrum of weddings, because the Nigerian wedding was like as intricate of a wedding as I've probably ever seen. Whereas like this was probably the most informal wedding I've ever seen. Literally when it came time for the vows, my aunt was like, I You know what? We kept saying we were going to come up with vows, but like we never got around to it. So we're just going to wing it. They both just like made up vows right then. And then,
Oh, wow.
which that'd be freaking me out. But it was her second wedding. Like my uncle had died a couple of years ago. And so she
Okay.
was remarrying.
Shoot.
And actually, I found out an interesting fact that maybe I shouldn't spread, but it's so interesting I have to. So my aunt apparently has like a hard and fast rule that she would never be with a bald man. Like that is not something.
Oh, really?
That's a line too far. She would not be with a bald man. And this is technically a bald man, and he wears a toupee, but he has it like basically glued on, and she's never seen him without it ever, and she never will. Like she's dedicated to that fact that he is not bald, and I will not see him bald.
That's incredible. But and they openly shared that at the wedding, or
That
is
got
this
made
like
around through one
sleuthing?
of my many gossipy relatives.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's good sleuthing.
he's like, yeah, it's a weird open secret where it's like maybe it's like Jason Alexander, like but like you're not gonna see it. Like
Right. Yeah.
you want to
But
see
she
that
does
spot.
know. She does know.
She knows. I think she knows it's like an open secret, but like it's like
Right.
he's a never nude, he's a never bald.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you get it secured on properly and it fits properly, like
Go to
the only way
Turkey,
it's
you can
coming
get the
off.
implants. You'll have the real thing,
Well,
like Joel McHale.
yeah, that would be a nice trip for both of them.
Yeah.
I always like the mall nostalgia though. Like when I went to the mall as a kid, I never wanted to go in the actual mall. I wanted to go to I wanted to go to the surrounding big stores.
Same. Were you gonna say
Service
media play?
merchandise. Media play.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude. Media play was awesome.
Yes, it was. That was.
It was
It was like people don't realize back then, before it was easy on the internet to see everything. If you had ever heard of something that you wanted to watch, you would have to somehow find a DVD of it or a VHS of it. And especially with TV, that was basically impossible, except for one place sold like TV or weird movies or DVDs. Media play.
dude, media play. Plus you could buy select adult action figures, select
That too.
toys, select comic books.
In 2002, there was only one way to watch old Munsters episodes. You had to go to media play.
I know, man. I know what we lost.
I know.
What we lost. The things we lost. Plus, yeah, like all of the shit surrounding, like if you went to the actual mall, like you're talking about, you're eating Sbarro's, you're eating Olga's Kitchen.
This is
you're
pre-CPK California Pizza Kitchen. We're talking about Sbarro era.
That's right. Yeah. There actually still is. Have you ever been to the Promenade in Santa Monica?
Yes, the 3rd Street Promenade.
Yes. It's essentially dead. There's the Promenade, and then there's the mall that's right next to it. And the mall is a dead. It's like one of the few dead malls, actually.
Yeah.
But their food court is now a single Sbarro.
Ooh,
And
wow.
it's on the 4th floor. So it's a Sbarro with a beautiful view of the ocean. But literally all that is left is this one Sbarro.
I would love to take a
You
trip
get
there and see what it's like.
a
to work
reheated calzone and bing bong.
there. Sbarro calzone, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Dude,
guess
I've
what?
got
My
one.
mom is in Italy right now, in Milan.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Ask her, text her, see if she went to Sbarro.
Yeah, I should see. Please find the Sbarro there. See, Mom, I know you're in Milan. Can you see what's a calzone like there?
What is she doing in Italy?
She
Just a vacay?
Yeah, on a vacay. First time she's really like traveled like this. So like it's huge.
Mm. That's awesome. Yeah, I think my folks are going to Italy also, weirdly.
Oh man, they must just like somehow have like a package deal for boomers.
Yeah, that probably is what it is.
Yeah.
There's just some like, you ever thought about this? You want to see where they make the spaghetti?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think people do go there and they're very like let down because they're used to Italian American food. So they're just like, okay, so where's your lasagna? Like,
Yeah, I would expect. I mean, anytime I remember the first time I I've only been to Mexico one time, and it was Cozumel, Mexico, which is like a coastal. It's basically like a tourist trap town.
Yeah.
So I'm not even saying like authentic Mexican in Mexico tacos, but I remember the first time I had like the equivalent of what we would consider an authentic taco that was not like Ortega.
Yeah.
And I could not even make sense out of it. Like, what the fuck is this like wet fucking weird thing that's not crunchy? It truly, it threw me for a total loop.
This isn't going to
There's
give me the Taco Bell diarrhea.
Right. Well, you know what, David? You brought it up. That is one of the requested topics.
We got to get into this. This
gotta
is
get
our
into
home
it.
territory. The
Right.
first outbreak was in Detroit that I heard of. There was some concert where there was an outbreak and there was a run on the porta potties and they were not equipped. It was like Woodstock 99.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. There was
I didn't hear
explosive
this.
diarrhea, and I don't know what happened, but someone had got Taco Bell. It turned out it was the Taco Bell lettuce. It's hit a bunch of states in the Midwest, has not hit California yet, thank God. And actually, I realized having hippie-adjacent friends really worked out my favor, because the other day I wanted a salad, but I did have the fear that this was going to give me explosive diarrhea, and I was like really worried. But then I remembered that our friend Nick has his own garden, and he gave me his own lettuce that he grew himself. So I was guaranteed no exposure to diarrhea shit. So I was able to make a salad with peace of mind. So
That's incredible.
yeah.
No, thank you to Nick for that one. Oh my!
And real quick, just speaking as a former head of Yum Foods comms, Taco Bell tacos made you poop explosively, poop your brains out. But think about how much cheaper this was than Ozempic. Think about how much money you saved. You didn't pay hundreds of dollars to have yourself completely expelled of everything. You're going to lose so much weight, 20, 30 pounds instantly for nothing. For the price of a Taco Bell taco, $2-3.
Right. And that's, and that's even with insurance, you're not getting Ozempic for the cost of a fourth meal deal.
No.
So
not even close.
No, I think that's actually a really important perspective, David.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you brought that up.
Just wanted to get ahead of that.
I also do want to shout out Taco Bell as being a good steward of the the food industry, and basically saying like, yes, we understand that they eliminated lettuce. They were basically, it's as if no one even had to say anything. You were just like, oh, somebody got sick, boom, no more lettuce. You know what? Tell us you don't like tomatoes. Boom, no tomatoes. It's just that
price stays the same, obviously, but yeah, no tomatoes, no lettuce.
It's in the ordering. It's essentially the ordering process.
Have it your way.
They're doing it at large scale, right? And actually, they would use have it your way if it weren't for freaking Burger King. And that's their whole thing. And you know how litigious the Burger King is. But
the whole King family,
really,
the whole King estate.
Taco Bell just came in. I mean, they white knighted the whole thing and just said, you know what, guys, we hear you. We're listening.
What do you think when you pay $2 for a taco, dude? Like, fucking settle down. You know?
Right. Well, it was interesting. I have been reading a little bit about and this is not a Taco Bell's fault. And so I'm very happy that they did the responsible thing as stewards of the American diet and just said, you know what? We're going to take a pause on lettuce. We're going to walk away from the lettuce, because Taylor Farms, it turns out, was still selling their lettuce. But they were also using recycled water, which is crazy to me, because at a certain point when you're recycling the water, and this information comes from our dear friend at Dear Friends at Cleanup on Aisle podcast, who have a brand new episode all about foodborne illnesses that I had to turn off because it was too disgusting.
Yeah.
But they were using the same water like the same water processes that like the LA Parks Department uses, where it says, this is recycled water. This is not potable water. Do not touch or drink the water.
Mm.
But they were using that to wash iceberg lettuce. It doesn't let's just say it doesn't have the same level of propriety and stewardship that the Taco Bell shows.
Taco Bell. But yeah, you know what? Like, if you got the diarrhea, just thank your lucky stars. You're going to look fabulous. It's bathing suit season. You shit yourself skinny. Congrats.
It's pretty, I mean, there are worse ways to, you know.
It didn't kill anybody. It
it's-
just made people shit a
right.
lot. It's not COVID, so calm down.
It's non-lethal. And I
Get
mean,
vaccinated, then eat the shit lettuce.
I think it feels very much to me. I'm wondering how sensational the reporting is, because explosive. That's the word that gets used a lot. Explosive. What does that actually mean? Like, is explosive?
Is there
is that a
smoke
medical
coming out?
term?
Are people flying out of the bathroom?
Hold on to your hats. I mean, thankfully I had some frozen veggies, but dude, I'm on some craziness right now because we had all these veggies, we got all this stuff, right? And I made this big slow cooked roast, and I know you don't eat meat, but there was also like these roasted veggies, and it was a slow cooking miracle.
Yeah.
And then my partner said, what if we turn those into empanadas?
Oh man.
So then I made and hand rolled 36 empanadas
Damn.
that are like basically taking like a pot roast / all the fucking veggies and fixings and everything. And I chopped it all up really small and I put it in empanadas, made 36 of these fuckers. And like, it took me until like 11:30 at night. And so I'm putting them away in the kitchen because my partner was busy. So like I was doing this on my own, and I'm putting it away in the freezer, and I go to shut the freezer. I'm like, ooh, that didn't fit so right. So then I make a few more arrangements and I shut the freezer and I go to bed.
Oh no.
I didn't shut the freezer. It popped open and I ruined 36 empanadas and all my other food, everything. And until like minutes before we got on the mic, I thought I also burnt out my refrigerator.
Oh shit. Does the freezer still work?
Thankfully, it just needed like a day. It turns out when you lose all the cool, you can't just turn it on. It gets cold again.
Yeah.
It needs like, I guess the way at least an old refrigerator works is like when you lose the cool, it takes about 24 hours to get the cool back.
Damn.
But yeah, dude, I was stressing because also like I have a house guest coming into town mañana.
Oh damn.
And I can't really
not have
a refrigerator
or a fridge. Damn. Yeah.
Yeah. So thankfully all is well. And
that sucks about the 36 empanadas though. Man, what a bummer to wake up to that.
Well, you know what we did is we put them in, we called the downstairs neighbor and we asked if we could put them in there, and because they were chill, but they weren't frozen, but I think they were chill enough where possibly we can salvage them. We're going to have to see. But if I start getting explosive diarrhea, just know I didn't eat Taco Bell.
Take all of the empanada, whatever survived, and like deep fry it, and it'll be fine.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, is like they have to cook at like 300 degrees.
Yeah.
So, or, 400 degrees. So it's probably...
It'll kill the listeria or whatever's in there.
Yeah, whatever it is. And if not, you know what? I'll be laying there surrounded by empanadas.
It's everybody's destiny to get explosive diarrhea. I mean, I had the feeling when I was in New York, it was right when the Canadian wildfires were happening, And so like,
Oh, right.
actually, when I got off the plane, it was insane. The sky was yellow, and I'm like trying to make my way from New Jersey to the city of New York, and I'm like, in the train station, I'm like, hey, so like, which train takes you to the city? And then everyone's like, oh, it's that train right there, but we're all just like waiting in here until the smoke clears. And I was like, oh shit. And then I took the train. It was wild. But then the next day, it basically cleared up. And then I guess if you looked at like if you looked it up online, the air quality was poor, and it was recommended that you wear a mask. But I was like, this is my fucking one day in New York. I am going to go explore. And nobody in the city gave a shit. And
oh, right.
so you got to respect that.
Yeah.
And actually, New York is in a very good mood because I feel like the Knicks win has like everybody on cloud nine. Like actually,
oh, right.
at one point, like it was super hot and there was just a guy selling water on the street. And I was like, hey man, can you like break a 5? And he was like, no, so you can just have this water for free. He just gave me free water.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. The sense of camaraderie and community built around James Dolan.
Yeah, I know.
Incredible.
I know.
Dude, JD and the Straight Shot.
His blues has brought everybody together.
How long do you think that lasts? I mean, obviously I guess it lasts until like October 30th or something, whenever the Knicks play a little bit and maybe lose a couple games.
Yeah. Till then, this summer will be a New York summer. Seems like they're having their time. They had Jay-Z play all these shows at Yankee Stadium, and he gave like neoliberal like speeches that were kind of embarrassing and boomerish.
Oh, really? Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like trying to like criticize Colin Kaepernick, and it was just like, dude, you fucking billionaire loser.
I have a contrarian friend who has pretty, like, usually is pretty forgiving of everybody. Like, he just appreciates art, I would say.
Yeah.
And so, like, if somebody goes through the
Roman Polanski defender
and energy, I never asked. But
open it up.
I would say like loves Ye, like, really can find a way into almost anything. And even he had to say that the last Jay-Z album was like kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it had just gone too far aflung from what anybody could care about.
His whole, like, every time he gives interviews now, and his whole thing is just about like, he's like Jim Carrey. He's just like, we need like conscious capitalism or whatever. Dude, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yes, says the billionaire.
Yeah.
It is weird. I remember I watched a documentary about Detroit and Windsor hardcore years ago.
Okay.
And it was one of the viewpoint of many of the performers. Like a lot of like they interview like John Brannon and
who I worked with, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
When he was just alcoholic mess.
So even as an alcoholic mess, though, he, from Negative Approach, even he went into like Laughing Hyenas and like did other music because it feels like you can only rage in this hardcore way for so long.
Yeah.
Before it becomes either boring or you've worked out the energy and it feels disingenuous to continue in that realm or whatever. Whatever the reason, people don't do hardcore music for very long. And I do kind of sometimes think that maybe like hip hop is similar. Like,
yeah.
Like when you see like older guys writing new raps, it just kind of doesn't play. Or like when you make enough money, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like you just don't have that energy anymore.
No. Yeah, you're just doing it because like you have a brand and the brand needs more product. But dude, that's kind of like where we are with movies now with all these biopics. Like I just found out today that there's a Anthony Bourdain biopic with the kid from The Holdovers playing Anthony Bourdain and Tony. And like biopics are such a thing, and they're doing the 4 Beatles movies, and they're releasing them on the same day that they're just like, and there are fucking Beatles freaks who are going to be like, yeah, I'll see Ringo in the morning and George in the afternoon and stay up till midnight and see John and like all this stupid shit. But like, yeah, it is funny because like all these movies, like when I was on the plane, I saw everybody around me was watching the Michael Jackson movie, and it's like, this guy perfectly recreated the stuff that there's already footage of, where it's like you're doing Michael Jackson at like the Motown 25 thing, but it's like there's footage of that on YouTube. Why do I need to see you remaking it?
That's funny. You know, that is true. I was actually admittedly pretty impressed by the Michael Jackson recreation, but you're right. Like, it does exist. You can just watch.
I could actually watch the original video, but then, like, I don't know, all this stuff just comes out because the state of this person is like, well, we would make more money and move more units of our song and like get more streams if we just like reintroduce the IP to a new generation, and like their dead relative is just IP now, and so
Right.
yeah, there's something kind of bleak about it.
Yeah. It's also like, there's nothing to the movies.
Yeah.
Like if you're to recreate like the rise and fall of a music, like the narrative arc within somebody's professional career, like you can really only do two things. Like I know that the Tony movie apparently is like really kind of focusing in deep on this one moment in this guy's life, you know. And
The time he was
I know
on
that
Oprah?
Bruce Springsteen, that would be so, or when he started learning jujitsu.
The time he like took a photo with Iggy Pop.
That would be so. Remember there was that movie Frost Nixon
Yeah.
that was just about the interview?
Yeah.
That would be so fucking great if the Anthony Bourdain biopic was just about the time Mark Maron interviewed him.
That's where it ended.
Like just driving into Highland Park and going to the cat ranch. And then talking about how much they both like the Ramones.
Yeah, man, like cooking a grilled cheese sandwich is just like power chords or something. But yeah, I don't know. It's like that's like the big. Oh, dude, did you see the Bruce Springsteen one?
I did, yeah.
I have not. I heard really negative things.
Yeah, I actually wanted to like it. I went in with a very open mind. I kind of like some Springsteen. It's actually particularly about when he was having like a mental collapse and then made Nebraska.
Okay.
So
Seeing the
it's an
guy
album
from
of
The
his I
Bear
like.
emote like that seems kind of horrible to me.
Yeah, it wasn't it. It wasn't it. And it was definitely made by whoever was at a Wolf Eye show in like 2007. Because there's like a scene where Bruce Springsteen's like, the whole movie's about Nebraska, which is like the album that any hipster can get behind. Like, oh, I mean, I know Bruce Springsteen sucks, yeah, but Nebraska, that's like a perfect album.
Yeah.
And then there's like a scene where he's laying on the ground and Paul Walter Hauser walks in. He's like, what is this racket? And Bruce Springsteen's like, Suicide. This is the best album I've ever heard. Suicide. And Paul Walter Hauser's like, Bruce, you better get back in the studio. Oh my God. And it is just, I feel like every fucking person in a leather jacket has at one point told me that, you know, Bruce Springsteen used to cover Frankie Teardrop.
Yeah, that's what the whole movie exists to have.
It pretty much is. And then none of those people showed up. So it really let everybody down. But I gave it the old college try and it just wasn't very good.
Yeah. Yeah. There's very few biopic movies that I've seen where I really like them. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Do you remember Gary Busey played Buddy Holly, I think? Or no, wait. I'm thinking of Great Balls of Fire. Did he play not Buddy Holly? But maybe he played Buddy Holly.
Jerry Lewis?
Man, I might be confusing
Jerry
movies because
Lewis?
Great Balls of Fire is Jerry Lewis, but I don't know if that's Gary Busey.
No, he played, yeah.
Or did he play Buddy
don't
Holly in the Buddy Holly story? I think he played Buddy Holly.
he played Buddy Holly.
But I can't remember who played
was
Jerry Lee Lewis in Great
Don't
Balls.
worry. I'm
Yeah.
looking it up as we speak. Great Balls of Fire. That's 1980. See, I got to watch these because I also never saw La Bamba. I didn't realize in the 80s they made all these.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis Quaid, dude.
Dennis Quaid. All right.
Holy moly. The Great Balls of Fire stars Dennis Quaid, Winona Ryder, Alec Baldwin, and Stephen Tobolowsky.
Oh, man. I got to see.
And John Doe.
I saw this on TV a long time ago, but man, I got to rewatch it.
Wait, is that John Doe
From X, I think.
From X? Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. It was directed by Jim McBride, who did the remake of Breathless. I knew I recognized that name.
Oh, right. With Richard Gere.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, very cool. You know what? I might do a summer series where I watch all of the biopics from that era. I didn't realize that
you should hit everybody who died in that plane crash. You should watch the Buddy Holly movie. You should watch the Big Bopper movie. Gotta watch the Richie Valens movie.
Do you think there's a Big Bopper movie?
Oh man, I don't know. They should do one now. Or they should if the Beatles movie's a hit, they should do that plane crash where like everybody who was supposed to be, because technically the country star Waylon Jennings was supposed to get on that plane, but then was just like,
whoa,
no, I'm gonna just drive, and then everyone could be at that plane. Which also the Kids in the Hall did a great skit about that plane ride.
Oh, I kind of remember that.
It was like Kevin McDonald played Buddy Holly as just like a complete prick who like basically had it coming, or he's just like, get on the fucking plane. He's just a total asshole.
Oh my God. Dude, I got to tell you, the bad news is Big Bopper, no
movie.
Standalone movie.
So we got to make the Big Bopper movie.
Yeah. Wow. I can't believe that. I'm scandalized by this.
Yeah.
La Bamba and the Buddy Holly story are both real movies.
Yeah.
But we don't have a Big Bopper movie.
This is crazy. We need to make the Big Bopper movie to complete the story.
Dude, this is completely tripping me up.
Well, what we should do is it should be a 2-part movie where the first movie is just called Bopper, but then the second movie is that's like his childhood and stuff. And then the sequel is Big Bopper when he's an adult.
I think that's a good plan, because one thing I've realized from the release of the Avengers Doomsday trailer is that people need more setup.
Yeah.
You can't just have a movie.
No one knows what's going on.
Where
if you don't have a setup, you're not going to know what's going on. You're going to be confused. The whole audience is going to be confused.
Well, yeah, exactly. You can't have a movie where you have all these established known characters who generally fight villains and then a villain shows up. If you don't know who the villain is, how are you supposed to know he's the bad guy?
Yeah, I'm watching a guy named Dr. Doom. Doctorate in what? What is he a doctor of? Like, set up
I
him
want to see him in school.
7 years, residency. Let's see the whole thing.
Yeah, I need to see the trials and tribulations. I need to see him pass his examination.
Yeah, I don't know who is he? Why is there a Dr. Doom?
It's really tough to really formulate that type of understanding if you don't see the first picture.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, Big Bopper, there should be a movie called Bopper and then a movie called Big Bopper. Maybe prior to the Avengers Doomsday, there should be a movie called Avengers Doom and then Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
And then
they're different kinds
Avengers
of movies
Day.
too. They're different genres. Bopper is a coming of age story about like a high school kid who gets bullied, but he like finds his own voice and like, he
wanders into his sister's friend. His sister and friend are having like a sleepover, and he sees Chantilly lace, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna remember this the rest of my short life.
Oh, and then there's like a lot of foreshadowing where he's like constantly on his back, like watching planes go overhead and stuff, and he's like, "Man, I'd like to get out of this town on one of those planes."
Whoa, slow down, Big. You have so many great ideas, you're gonna run out by the time you're 27.
Oh man. Well, there should be a movie about the pilot too, like it shows him where he's like an alcoholic and
Oh yeah Yeah, kind of imagine a period piece version of Denzel Washington in Flight.
Oh yeah, where they're like birds. Oh no, that's Sully. Sorry,
That's Sully.
I confused.
No, trust me. Oh, dude, you know what? If Quentin Tarantino, remember how he did Django and he did Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Inglourious Bastards? We have got to get Quentin Tarantino to do one of these revisionist historical films where Sully Sullenberger flies the plane.
Oh yeah,
And then it's like it lands safely and everything's cool. And then Don McLean picks up a guitar and then he's just like, no use. And he goes and just lives a happy life on a beach.
oh yeah. But then it's sort of like in another universe where like American Pie doesn't exist, and this guy's like trying to get everyone to believe in this song.
Yeah. It's like yesterday
Yeah.
meets. Dude, that would be amazing. Like
There,
the day the
especially 'cause
music.
the crash didn't happen either. So he's like, yeah, it's about this day the music died where like, Buddy Holly crashed. And they're like, Buddy Holly's still alive. He's like on VH1 right now doing the Storytellers.
And then he gets the light bulb moment. He goes, the day the music flies.
Dude, then it was like, stay tuned for Big Bopper.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's huge.
Dude, this
That
is
is
once the
huge.
Beatles movie is like a mega success, this opens a whole new world for like come together biopic movies.
Yes.
Dude, can I pitch
everything
one
else.
more since we're doing? I love this one of bringing together everybody, bringing together everybody from the crash the day the music died. That one's basically a dark universe style, like sure thing, it's gonna happen.
Right.
Once this Beatles thing's a hit, they're gonna green light this, no problem. Another one I want to pitch real quick is like a single moment where everyone comes together, but we do a movie leading to everyone's day there, which is Michael Richards on the David Letterman show apologizing for his show where he, did the racist tirade. So we do like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Michael Richards movie, the Jerry Seinfeld movie, the David Letterman movie, all three of
That's
them
good.
as they come together for this one moment.
That's really good. And then there's also like a thriller aspect because David Letterman's stalker, and there's like a fatal attraction aspect because of
That
the fact that David Letterman sexually harassed everybody that worked for him. And then the Jerry Seinfeld one's kind of like more of like a funny Lolita.
yeah. It's very like Woody Allen, like Manhattan style.
Yeah.
And Michael Richards is like all physical comedy, but like also super racial too.
Yeah, it's like you just open, it's like kind of like Cleo from 5 to 7 with Jerry, and he's like just
Dude.
walking.
I got
He's
the
walking
fucking perfect casting though. Tony Hinchcliffe as Michael Richards. He would
Oh,
love to
that's
say all
good.
this stuff.
Yes, it's carte blanche. It would work out perfectly.
It's perfect for his character.
Yeah. I like the idea of Jerry Seinfeld. Like you get that kind of like cinema verite, and you hear like you see, or like one of those like wide angle lenses that Woody Allen always does of him walking through the streets of New York, and he's on his way to the Ed Sullivan Theater, but he stops off at the high school first.
And at the high school, he sees David Letterman, and he's like, "Oh, gonna see you later, buddy."
I'll see you later. Oh yeah, and then plus, like we were just talking about, musical biopics so popular right now. Why don't we do a Paul Schaefer one?
Oh shit! Yeah, Paul Schaefer's in the mix too. He was there.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah,
He probably said yes, and it's not funny.
it's not funny. Paul Schaefer trying to like work out the right musical cue for when Michael Richards comes out, like telling the band like, "All right, we got to find the right song here."
Oh my god. Yeah, they're working. It's like Whiplash. They're working like tirelessly until they're bleeding, trying to figure out whatever.
Seinfeld, that's easy. We're just gonna do a little bit of riff on the Seinfeld theme. That's easy. But Michael
That's
Richards
easy.
comes on. What the hell do we play there?
So let's try Maggot Brain. Let's try.
Oh, I know. Do the song from the Jazz Singer.
Hello, my baby.
Hello, my darling. Dude, they would have launched into that. Oh.
Oh my God. Plus, you could see like a real chameleon playing Paul Schaefer, like a Tom Hardy or something.
Oh man, dude, Tom fucking Hardy. Tom Hardy as Paul Schaefer is the casting I think I'm ready for. But who's a good bald celebrity who could even do him? Like, we don't have any bald celebrities anymore.
No, we
It's
don't.
such a bummer.
There are not. I don't know.
There's no modern day Yul Brynner, basically.
Right. I'm looking right now.
Who is a good
Googling
bald guy?
Vin Diesel,
Oh,
Woody Harrelson,
no, Vin Diesel. I like.
Vern Troyer.
Vern Troyer's dead, sadly, but
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Jason Statham. That'd be so fucking funny if Jason Statham takes a serious role and he's playing on Paul Schaefer. Oh my God.
dude,
That'd
Jason
be sick.
Statham is the shit. It's like Crank where he's like constantly on the run.
Yeah, he has to break Michael Richards out of prison
Oh
to do
my
the
god.
apology because the thought police came and locked him up.
Oh man, yeah. So Tony Hinchcliffe as Michael Richards. Who could play Seinfeld though?
Seinfeld.
Josh Gad, maybe.
Yeah. I think, or who's the guy? Who's the other guy? Pedophile. Timothy Busfield.
Timothy Busfield and Jim. What's his name? Jim Jones or whatever. Who's the other pedophile?
Oh, Jeffrey Jones.
Jeffrey Jones as Letterman.
Yeah, you got to do.
No,
'Cause
I'm
what
trying,
if-
like, who's a good Letterman? I don't know. There's no one eccentric enough.
Well, I feel like you got to just bring back. Well, because remember, you and I are both fans of the Late Shift,
yeah.
and
I mean, realistically,
But I-
sadly, it would be like Paul Walter Hauser would get it or something.
yeah, probably. Letterman has such tough to capture energy.
Yeah, I'm trying. There's like, what actor could, like a Paul Dano maybe could pull it off?
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, like he
I could see
really
it.
like
'Cause
loses
Letterman-
himself in the role.
Yeah, you gotta playing Letterman is kind of like playing the Joker.
Yeah,
It's like it's sad that it's really sad that Heath Ledger died because
Heath Ledger
probably
could play a
would've
good Letterman. Yeah.
he would have made a great Letterman, certainly. But otherwise, well, because it could be John Michael Higgins
Ooh.
or no, John Michael. What was that guy's name? It's not. I'm confusing the two guys.
Well, John Michael Higgins is just a good actor, though. I don't know
Yeah.
who you're talking about, but John Michael Higgins is like he's in the Christopher Guest movies.
Yeah. John Michael Higgins. No, that is who I'm thinking. He's the guy who played Letterman in the Late Shift.
Oh, he's great. Yeah. Okay, I would vote for him
Yeah.
again.
He also used to eat at My Taco by
I
where
know.
we
I
used
saw
to
him there
live.
once. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
With his kids.
Yeah. And he could use a pick me up after licorice pizza. That I don't even blame him, honestly. I that one, somebody in that production should have said, like, I get it, maybe on paper this works. It's based on a real guy. Maybe the real guy did do this, but it just isn't playing.
Mm,
It ain't playing.
yeah. Man, speaking of a plane, having watched On a Plane back to back, Mad Max Fury Road with Furiosa, a Mad Max saga,
Yeah.
Anna Taylor-Joy or whatever, big step down
Yeah.
from Charlize Theron. Big step down.
Really?
It goes from being Charlize Theron, who like is actually jacked and has huge arms and looks like she could actually handle her own in the fucking desert,
Yeah.
to Anna Taylor-Joy, who looks like a little wood nymph, and you're like,
Yeah.
It
that's
just
true.
doesn't
She
work.
is Nymphian.
yeah.
I remember feeling pretty. I remember trying to give it the benefit of the doubt and finding things I really liked in that movie, but ultimately just not really feeling.
It has good moments, and I mean, George, what's his name? The director, George something.
Miller.
George Miller.
Yeah.
He really can direct an action scene, and they're good. And like literally watching the movies back to back, like I could see how they fit together, but ultimately Fury Road is the better movie.
Also, dude, this is just a personal quirk. Like, I'm adding it to my list of things. I don't watch movies where sighted people play blind people. I don't watch movies where people have memory problems. What is it? Amnesia. I hate amnesia movies. And prequels, I just don't like a prequel.
Yeah, I don't really.
It's like, I know that most movies you watch, the lead character makes it out okay in the end.
I know.
So it's not, I don't totally understand why I hate it so much, but something about seeing what happens to them already later makes me not care what happened to them when they were younger.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I kind of had that. I remember back when The Walking Dead was a show, which I did watch during its first season. But I remember everybody who read the comic told me, like, the thing that's crazy about this comic is they'll kill anybody. You never know who's going to go next. They'll kill a main character like that. And then I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, it's true. They do really get rid of like popular characters at like the drop of a dime. It's actually pretty surprising. But the longer you watch it, the more you realize like they'll get rid of anybody except for the white guy in the cowboy hat. That guy's going to, Rick,
Right.
he will be there.
Right. Yes. Yeah. They're not cutting bait on him.
Yeah.
You can also, there's a reality too of like when you're writing a comic, you can do whatever the fuck you want. And when you're making a TV show, people have contracts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I hate to say it, but we didn't even get to a couple topics. We're going to have to get back on the
That's
horn.
fine. We hadn't talked in a while. I didn't even know when Nate was in physical therapy.
Dude, I didn't know you lost your luggage.
I know, man.
So
there was even more to that story where like the guy called me and I couldn't call him back because my phone didn't work on the plane. So I had to pay for the internet to text my brother to call them to then I kind of got lost in the airport for a second where United didn't think they had it, but it was actually in United. And then they actually contacted me and were like, you know, you haven't got your luggage yet. So if you don't pick it up like ASAP, we're going to send it to the United warehouse in Houston. And I was like, no, please don't do that. And so it was like insane.
Wow. You can't be the only person that this has happened to.
I know.
I mean, they don't have like a protocol or
well,
like,
I got lucky because I was doing this random weird thing where I'm flying weekend to weekend. I could just say like, please just hold it at the airport. I will be back there next weekend. I will grab it.
Yeah.
And so I actually went to the airport basically with my fingers crossed, no suit for this wedding, like being like, well, I'm hoping to get my luggage that had the suit from the last wedding, and then I can, yeah.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. Which luckily worked out.
Boy. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you kept your wits about you and found an H&M that had a clearance suit.
I got lucky.
Yeah. I feel like I've lost my ability to deal with stress in some ways, and I feel like I would have been inconsolable.
I know. There was a time when I definitely would have been freaking out, and Petra even noticed. She was like, wow, I can't believe you're not freaking out right now. And I was just like, you know what? I'm fucked. And me freaking out is not going to do anything to like add to the situation. So I'm just like, when I get there, I'll figure it out. Luckily, that's what credit cards exist for. Before I knew that it would be a reasonable price, I was like, all right, if I have to pay this hefty price to get a suit, whatever. Luckily, I also gained weight somewhat recently, so I don't fit in many of my clothes. So like the idea of needing new clothes was like, I do need new clothes. I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, there you go. At least it's like, you know. At least it's not like a disposable thing.
I got very lucky too because like the people in Mexico are smaller than me. Most of the sizes were smaller than me. The fact that it was sort of in a tourist town where they had like a couple that were in my size, I was very lucky.
Oh yeah, because you're a tall man. You're a tall drink of water.
I'm a tall, and I have wide shoulders, and so was my sizes were. It was like very limited, and like I pieced together a suit that didn't quite match, like the pants and the jacket vaguely match, but not really. And it was like, you know what? This is the best I can do. So, actually, to be crazy, now that I remember, It was the suit plus underwear plus shirts plus socks for 160. So it was kind of crazy.
Oh, wow. Oh, right. Yeah, because you had to buy everything else,
buy
too.
everything. Yeah.
You weren't going commando to a
Yeah.
wedding.
Yeah.
Damn. Hell yeah.
So
And you didn't, what did you do about the Nigerian suit?
that I got lucky on too, where it was like a 2-part suit where there was an outer level and an inner level. And Petra's dad thought the whole thing was too much and was like, you can just wear a normal suit and I'll give you the outer side, like, which is like a thing you put over, like a windbreaker, basically. You put it over. So it covered me. So then he had the inner section and I was just like, okay, bam, I have something on.
Bam. Hell yeah.
I got very lucky.
Great.
That was a lifesaver.
Hell yeah. That's great. Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should plug looking at these wedding photos to see David's great suit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I have some. I'll send you. I'll put on the thing in the show notes.
Otherwise, I don't think we have much to plug right now.
No, we haven't worked on anything in a while. We're going to get back to it. I've been traveling like crazy the last 3 weekends. This weekend, I'm going to be back. I want to see my friends.
Kind of a spotty summer.
Yeah.
But you know what you got to do. I mean, you got to go to patreon.com/looselips and join so that you can give us topics and we'll cover them sometimes.
And
also
our holiday Labor Day is coming up soon.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true.
Which I have many ideas. I haven't made too many bits, but I want to try and do a live stream like we did last year if we can.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I would like to do a live stream. I think, we'll have to jump on the horn and talk about that anyhow. That's true.
Yeah.
Exactly. So tune in for Labor Day. That is coming up 100%. Bing, bong, bing. Definitely go to patreon.com/looselips, sign up, give us a follow or whatever. And, more than anything, you should
fuck yourself deeply, as be a cuck to yourself. Sit, astral project yourself on a chair and watch yourself getting fucked.
That's a good move. That'll feel nice.
Yeah, baby.